What's going on, Internet? This is Ralph back with R&N Lawn Care and Property Service. I'm with Nathan today. We are out and about mowing some yards, and I figured I'd flip this on here. I don't know, we videotaped one earlier, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about how we got into it and started getting our business.
Tell them what we do, Bob.
We mow yards. We mow your yard.
Tell them what we do. People think we're making all kinds of money mowing, driving around this truck. All this equipment.
All that is, Nathan hit the lottery a couple months ago. He's worth about $1.2 million now. he wishes and I do too, because I'd hope he'd throw me a bone there. Anyhow,
I'll take care of
see. But what I was going to talk about, we got a little bit off subject there. When we first started up our business, we didn't know exactly how to go about getting the business to mow people's yards. We figured out we'd do word of mouth. We called a couple buddies. But we ended up going and getting, I think it was 500 business cards. We still have about 450 of those. Pretty funny now. I think we only spent like $10 on them from what was that website we got it from? It is like a mediocre build your business card little site, and we got some magnets off of it. They give them to us for half price to put on the sides of the truck, which we never got any calls from any of that stuff. What we got most of our calls from was Craigslist. Nathan would put on about 3 or 4 Craigslist ads a day, and he's been doing that like every season, all season. We started about toward the end of the season last year. I think we got about 3 months of mowing in. Wouldn't you say that's about right?
Probably pretty close.
Pretty close, he says. I think it's about right. Anyhow, but I'd say about 95% of our business has come from Craigslist. We used to watch Geek the Freak, and there was one feller, he pointed us toward his channel, how to put, it was either 25 or 50 Craigslist ads on Craigslist while drinking your cup of coffee of the morning. Well, we ended up doing that. We've got, how many yards did you say we got now, Bob?
30-some.
30-some. That's weekly, bi-weekly. We're going to our actual last one for today. It's getting towards fall. We're starting to slack off a little bit on the mowing the yards. Everybody's wanting like bi-weekly now. Not been getting any rain. I think we got 1 rain shower in the last 2 weeks. I'll let you all see outside. Leaves ain't quite turned yet, but the grass does look a little dry. I don't know if it's picking up here on the camera. It does look a little brown out there. But anyway, the whole point of it is, if you're starting up your business, don't rush out and go put a lot of money into, like, you know, magnets and cards and all this other stuff when all your money into cards and magnets and all that stuff when you can do Craigslist to begin with, word of mouth. And then when you start building your money and starting getting the equipment that you need, and you're happy with the equipment that you have at the time, go ahead and start getting your magnets and your business cards. And me and Nathan, we've been talking about getting a trailer sign. We've been seeing a lot of people here in East Tennessee getting them. I'm, you know, sitting at red lights, driving down the road, you can't miss. It looks about like a 4x4 sign on the back of a trailer that has, you know, landscaping, lawn care, all this and that. But we're going to invest in one of those, I believe. We're trying to find somebody to do one of those right now. Main thing that we was worried about after we spent the money on the cards and everything, we started getting the business off Craigslist, was getting better equipment, getting a better trailer. You can't tell it by my setup right now, because I'm just pretty much, I bought 2 weed eaters, a 94 and a FS90. 94 is okay. I mean, it is a commercial weed eater. It's a flex shaft, but that's more for a different video. I'll do one of those later on. The difference between the 90 and the 94. Tell you which one I actually like better. But Nathan's over there texting now, and he ain't paying y'all no attention. But point of it is, don't waste your money when you're first starting out. It's hard to come by. Everybody thinks you're gonna make a killing off of this. You gotta have a ton of yards to make a killing, to make a living. You gotta put out other services too, like bush trimming. We cut smaller trees down. We don't do like the big tree stuff. We do trim a few bigger trees underneath of them to mow under them and everything. Not around the houses. Try to stay away from that stuff. Whatever your insurance will allow you on your business. You don't want to put a tree into the side of somebody's house and then have to spend out, you know, 50, 60 grand on repairing their house. That's your whole season right there sometimes. And plus you working a job. But be smart with your money. Do some free advertising stuff. Stay away from the whole Facebook advertising. I don't think that looks much professional. We've talked to a few of the older folks that we have as clients that are into the whole building websites and things of that nature, and they pretty much said, you know, any proper company will build their own website, which I don't think we're to that point yet. I don't know what Nathan thinks about that one. But the Facebook thing, you know, it's for, I guess, a smaller, you know, younger community. I mean, we have a whole lot of business and customers that contact us through Craigslist, that find us via the internet, that we've never even met in real life yet, I don't believe. Or maybe 1 or 2 now. I think we met the rest of them finally. But they contact you, ask you to give them a quote. When we first started, we used to go out to their house a couple of times and do that. We'd run everywhere, you know, just meet face to face, sort of be proper and look more professional.
Depends on the client that gets in touch with you.
Yeah.
The age group of client makes a big difference.
Yeah, Nathan started doing this thing with the like younger clients that we have. Once they get in touch with us, he goes on Google Maps and gets like a street view of the property, looks at it, and can give them a quote from that. Sometimes that's helpful, sometimes it's hurtful, I would say. I don't know what Nathan thinks about it, but you're always going to take that chance when you're trying new stuff like that. Just do what is best for you. We haven't handed out flyers by any means. Sometimes we'll drop business cards with a quote on the back if we're near a property and the client we're doing says, you know, the neighbor has a whole lot of trouble keeping up with their yard because they're busy working, yada yada yada, and we'll drop them a card. Sometimes they'll call us, sometimes we won't. I'd say that's few and far between, but just do whatever's best for you in the community that you're in to start your business up. I say we're doing okay right now.
Well, that's something that works for us. I mean, we're not trying to build a huge business to live off of. We both work full time, and this is just something we do on the side. There'd be a lot more marketing ideas if it's something we wanted to build really big. Just to build a support 2 families. There's a lot of marketing ideas that can be done. Just depends on how big you want to get. We don't want to get really so big that, you know, get into all that. You can put money into it and really grow. But
oh yeah, there's tons of stuff to do. It's just a little extra money maker on the side, like he said. This works for us, you know. I'm not trying to say just go straight to Craigslist and just do nothing but that. But that's how we got our start. Maybe it'll help a few of you out that haven't thought about using Craigslist to get out and start mowing. But be professional while you're out there, guys. That's the number one thing. Don't go in your pajamas. If you've never seen the person before, get on the property in your pajamas and be like, I'm here to mow your yard. I'm here to mow your yard. And they look at you like, who in the crap did I hire? Yeah, you get to mow that one day. But more than likely, they'll probably call you back and say, nah, we got this other fella, and he comes out there in a polo and a cap with his name on it, which Nathan's trying to get me back into wearing the shirts to look a little bit more professional, and I think it probably would be good to do that. Put a better view of us out there, I guess you could say. Because
it depends on the group of clients again.
Yeah. I mean, your name's on this stuff, guys.
You have to be able to fill people out. Because you'll get all different age groups of clients, and every one of them are into something different.
Yeah, we got people from 70 years old down to, I'd say, 20, 25. There was a snake in the road. But you have to treat everybody different. Not every person is the same. It's like not every yard's the same. But I guess that's all we have to say on it.
Some customers won't even use you if you mention text messaging to them.
Yeah.
That's your older group. They don't want anything to do with that. You have some that they don't really want to meet you. They want you just to text them or email them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a desire to meet you. They want to leave you payment or mail you payment.
Mm-hmm.
And you just show up and do what you're supposed to do, and they don't ever have to deal with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. They're not people, people persons, I guess you could say. But the older people, they do like you to come out and shake their hand, walk around their yard. They want to show you stuff, talk with you. And that's another big thing. When you're out here mowing these yards, I see a lot of people on YouTube and on like blogs and stuff on the internet. They want to fuss about the clients coming out the door to talk to them for a few minutes when you go to mow their yard. I mean, it's just being polite. I mean, it's just a courtesy to stop, turn your mower off, ask them how their day's going. They'll ask you how your days are going. You get to know people like that. Rapport, I guess you could call it. You get a rapport going with them. And they'll pretty much stick with you as long as you don't mess something up like completely horrible. Like putting a big rut down the middle of the yard or something, which you will grow back. Some people even forgive you for that. But there's some that's out there, they don't ever want to meet you. They'll just drop the money off in a designated location of where you talked about and specified. The money's there, you go get the money, you mow the yard, you do your job, and you leave. They don't want to be bothered. They want you to mow certain times of the week. Some people are real strange about the whole mowing different times of the week, but most people are good with you if you explain to them you have several clients and this is just where you fell in to mowing their yard that day. It's not a whole, everybody wants their yards to look pretty on the weekends, I know, but if they're contacting you to mow their yard and you only have so many slots to fill, which that's another key point. We'll have to do a video on that someday of keeping your clients on certain days to mow certain yards, rain, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. But pretty much me ranting now about everything. But Nathan's right. There's everybody's different. You just sort of got to feel them out, and see what they want, and see what they would like to have done, and just sort of come in between that when you're meeting people to do stuff, and just get the stuff done, get you some clients, mow you some yards, make you a little bit of cash. Like he said, we're a small business. By no means do we know the right way of starting anything, or going about like doing the huge business part of it. I'm sure that we could work our way up to that if we really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that we've done as well as we've done.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there, I'm sure, do a lot better than we do, but we didn't really start doing this with the original thought we were going to get into it as big as we are and actually be making what we're making. We mainly was sitting at work one day, because we worked together on a full-time job as well, and said, you know, I'm tired of coming in and working overtime all the time. We work 24-hour shifts at work, and so we have time to do other things, but we both would normally work overtime to make extra money, and just kind of get all doing the same thing. So we were sitting at work and we're like, you know what, well, I used to do it anyway, for years I've done this, but I stopped when I got out of college. But we were sitting there and said, you know what, we could do this. If it worked out, we wouldn't work so much overtime at work.
Yeah.
Kind of give us a break, do something different, not really be tied down to listening to somebody else.
And that's pretty much it.
So our goal was to just kind of eliminate a couple shifts of overtime, and it turned into a pretty decent money maker.
Yeah.
To where this year we pretty well almost overbooked ourselves for the time we had.
Oh yeah, it's been a struggle. We've been fairly decent of not getting rained out on the days that we've actually mowed this year. I think there was like 2 weeks that we sort of had to scramble around and figure some things out. And I've got a video on here of the aftermath of mowing after it rains or while it rains. I can't remember the exact name of the title, but you got to do what you got to do. And
you have to think about, you know, how much you want to put into it. I mean, we were fortunate. You know, we both already had trucks. We already had trailers. You know, we already had a lot of equipment that you need to start out. Well, we've always done things, ride 4-wheelers and different things. We had trailers, trucks, all that. It wasn't like we had to have a bunch of overhead to start out.
yeah.
If you're wanting to start into this, don't go nuts on getting yourself in debt or having a lot of overhead, because you're just digging a hole, because then all you're doing is working to pay for it. Start out slow. Start out with what you have and make money.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't take a lot of equipment and expensive equipment to get started.
No.
Everybody likes to have it, but it's something you work towards. If you get too wild and crazy,
You go in the hole.
you're not going to last.
You go in the hole and you owe more money than what you're getting out of it.
Then if you don't get the clients you need, you're not going to make it.
So what if you had it, you having a good year this year, and all of a sudden something happens next year, and you just have a horrible year to where you can't hardly mow, or a bunch of clients drop you. Don't, like he said, don't go crazy. I mean, you ain't got to go out and buy a $10,000 Skag to start out with mowing yards to get any business. I remember when I was younger, like 15, 16, 17 years old, I had a 21-inch Craftsman push mower and I think it was a Ryobi weed eater, curve shaft weed eater.
You didn't have much.
I didn't have much back in, and a little Nissan 4-wheel drive single cab truck, and I had like 5 or 6 people back in that I went and mowed after school and on Saturdays, and they didn't care how long it took me. I just gave them a good deal back in the day. I probably undercut myself from what I know now. Nathan, he'd done it for years too when he was older. When I turned 18, I went out and got into the workforce. And, I never did pick up the whole mowing thing again until now. But I enjoy it. You do get the mid-season burnout every once in a while.
I got broke into it hard.
Yeah.
I got broke into it hard. When I was 14 years old, I started working for a guy on the horse farm and doing mowing for him different places he owned. he would take me in a push mower and a weed eater and drop me off and leave me there in the heat with nothing to drink for about 6 hours.
I had to go down
come back
to the
and
creek.
pick me up.
That's what happens with them pumpkin scotchers from Virginia now. You got to put a pumpkin behind the truck before it don't roll off the hill. But
You got to scotch your pumpkins so they don't roll off the hill.
that's it too. But you know, we both, you know, I don't think there's any young kid out there that hasn't done or tried a mowing business or just mowed for their mom and dad at the house. You know, you can make money with it if you want to, if you don't want to jump right into the workforce, or you can make you a business. You know, there's plenty of successful stories here on YouTube of you know, 16-year-olds all the way up to like 50, 60-year-olds starting up landscape and lawn care businesses, and you know, selling them off and making a killing out of it, you know. And just don't go crazy. Don't go spend a whole lot, like we said. You ain't got to go spend $10,000 on a Skag. You ain't got to go spend $300 or $400 on a steel weed eater. You know, those things are nice. Trust me, they're nice. I didn't know what I was missing until I got them. But you don't have to have those things to start out with, and you don't have to have business cards and magnets. And
Biggest
you know,
thing you have to have is dedication and hard work.
Dedication, hard work, and heart. You gotta have heart to do this job.
Be reliable.
Reliable. Yeah, you can't say you're gonna come and mow somebody's yard and then not show up. You gotta do what you say, and you'll get the business. You know, your name is your word. You know, you gotta go by your word of what you say, and if you tell somebody you're gonna do something, you gotta do it. You know, not a lot of people teach that nowadays, and not a lot of people say it, but by gosh, me and Nathan will tell you, you got to do what you say. Don't sit here and say, I'm going to do this and then not do it. Go do it. Go make you some money. Go start something. You know, if you don't want to have a boss breathing down your neck, fussing at you for doing this or that or this or that. And I'm not saying at our workplace we get done that way, but you know, it's just like with any job. You're going to have somebody that's over you, and they're going to have somebody that's over them, and it just keeps going uphill.
Nothing's that hard.
Yeah, nothing.
If you get paid.
Exactly. You make your own money. You set your own hours. I mean, it's a good little start out or living, and you can make it as big or as small as you want to, and just have fun with it, guys. Just have fun. You just don't have to have expensive stuff. Get that 21-inch mower out of the garage. Go get that little Ryobi or the weed eater from TSC that's $100
and take you something to drink.
Go have you something to drink, especially when it's 90, 100 degrees outside. Which it's getting fall now. It's cool
Don't let
now.
some guy drop you off in the middle of nowhere with nothing to drink for 6 hours.
I never had them
You
to
might
do that.
die.
I always had me something to drink. Heck on that. I wasn't getting out there getting heat exhausted to see all them striations because you was dehydrated. But guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. And I just wanted to talk about this stuff. Wanted Nathan to talk a little bit about it. Hopefully that'll help somebody out there that's wanting to start one and get out there and make them a little bit of money. Even if you're 15 years old or if you're 12 and you're out here watching this video and you want to go make you some money, see if your daddy will drive you around and push mow some yards, make you a little bit of cash. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'd like to see you back here if you ain't a
If you want us to shut
subscriber
up,
yet.
let us know.
That's it. Yeah, it don't hurt our feelings. Comment in the section down below if you want to hear anything or see anything on this channel. Nothing dirty. I know how people are. And then he flexes.
I'm just warming up.
Just warming up. But we'll catch y'all in the next video, and hopefully this helped a few of you out. And we'll holler at y'all later.